So who should not buy the Sony Alpha A7R3? Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is once again going to be a Sony day. Why? Because you guys keep asking for it. So today I'm going to talk about the R3 and is it right for you or is it not? And the way I'm going to do this is a little bit different. I'm going to take a look at the past to try to read the tea leaves for the future, right guys? So we're going to look at the Sony Alpha A7R2 in comparison to the A7S II. What is the difference and why did they come out with two different cameras literally only a couple of $100 apart? So let's take a look at the two cameras. The Sony Alpha R2 had a 42 megapixel sensor, whereas the S2 had only a 12 megapixel sensor. Now in ISO, the R2 only went up to about 25,600 ISO, whereas the S2 went all the way up to 102,000 ISO. Now, as far as dynamic range, the S2 had a better dynamic range and it did better in low light, smaller sensor. Now, rolling shutter was always an issue with both cameras, but the R2 had a lot more rolling shutter in comparison to the S2. Why is that? Well, a larger sensor is going to be more prone to the rolling shutter. Next, slow-mo. The S2 provided slow-mo, 120 frames per second at 1080p, whereas the R2 did not. The R2 was more prone to overheating in comparison to the S2. Maybe it's the sensor size or could be just a different sensor. Next, battery life. The S2 extended the battery life by about 80 shots. That was a big deal. Also, high frame rate recording. The S2 provided it, whereas the R2 didn't. What is it? Basically, in HD, the S2 would give you either 12 megabits or up to 16 megabits, depending if you're shooting at 24p or at 30p. That is a lot of data, guys, a lot of data. Next, video recording. The R2 only provided S-Log2, whereas the S2 gave us S-Log2, S-Log3, S-Gamut 3, a whole host of log shooting that we can later on grade our images later in post-production. Really, really great for the videographer. Also, it did a conversion, basically taking that S-Log and converting it on the fly. So if you're looking through the EVF or you're looking at your screen, you would actually see it converted and you can actually see what you're doing instead of being muted like you would get in a log image. Better for making sure that your images are sharp. Now, the difference between the A7R2 and the A7S II was only $200 in price. The R2 was at about $3,200, whereas the S2 was at $3,000. So it really wasn't a big difference. You're looking at $200 difference, but you're getting a larger sensor in one, and you're getting a ton more video features in the other. So what does all this mean? Basically, what I'm trying to do, like I said, is I'm trying to read the tea leaves, looking at the past to try to see into the future, guys. So, in my personal opinion, if you are a still shooter and you're looking for a full-frame mirrorless camera, Sony Alpha A7R3 is probably your camera of choice. It's an awesome camera. But if you're going to be doing more video than still, I would say hold off on the A7R3 and wait for the A7S III because it's going to give you more bang for your buck. So guys, I hope that helps you out a little bit, especially the people that are trying to decide, is the A7R3 right for them or should they wait? Also, my last video, I talked about the A9. Is the A9 right for you? So anyways, guys, I hope that was helpful. I want to hear from you what you guys think. Is the A7R3 for you, or do you think the A7S III would be more of a camera that you would be interested in, and why? So, As always, if you enjoy my content, throw me a big thumbs up. That would be awesome. Smash that subscribe button so you can get my content when it becomes available, and push that little notification button so when it does become available, you'll be notified of it right away. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find a lot of photography tools that I've invented for photographers just like you. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.